It's come to my notice that there's a lot of people have machines, expensive machines. All machines are expensive, and they're not using them. They're frightened to turn them on. So let us just turn on our machines. Whether it's a Tara, Sweet 16, the Juki, I will demonstrate the Midarm, which is a quilter only, which comes into the Juki, the Tara, the Sweet 16. They're all that type of machine. These three machines will do exactly the same stitches. So we're going to get our machines and we're going to turn them on. We're also going to get ourselves some fabric. I want you to get about 12-inch square, maybe a bit longer. And I want you to set up each machine or your machine for free motion quilting. And I will show you that where you stipple, we can turn them into feathers very easily. It is the same motion. You just have to get your mindset. And then after that it is practice, practice, practice. So let's begin. So this is my Juki 22000, and it is a sit down for me. I have it on its own table, which has its own overlay. So I have set this up as well for free motioning, which is all it does. It doesn't do anything else. There is no feed dogs, and you adjust the tension in the bobbin. It is the same as the Tara 1, 2 and 3, I think. The Sweet 16. I mean, this works exactly the same. I'm going to demonstrate here that we can change our stippling into feathers. And you may not believe this, but it's the same motion. So we have our stippling, which we maybe start here, and we go round, and we go round. So we do that, and I can show you here that some of the actions you do are exactly what you need. We have here a shape of a feather. We also have here like a bird's wing. Okay, and again straight line here and a round, which is the two motions that we need. We've got it coming up and we've got it coming round here. Again, we're coming round here. We've got them two angles or motions that we do in stippling, which we can change to feathers. Because as we come up here and we go round it, we would where here they've gone up round here, we are just going to continue back down to the point. I have my first feather. So on this one, we start here and we come round like half a bird's wing, and we continue round, and here we're going to come up and round here, but we're going to continue to come down here, but we're going to hit the start of where we started. And again, half a bird's wing, around and back down to that point. Half a bird's wing, around and back to that point. Half a bird's wing, around and back to that point. That is all the shapes that we need to do feathers. We're going, in the sewing demonstration I have shown you how to do that, but I also have shown you to start off and do half a bird's wing. We have that here. Keep doing a few of them all the way round, okay? You will come round and you go round like this, and you come around and bring it back to this tail. So we call this half a bird's wing, around the sun and down. Half a bird's wing, around the sun and down. Half a bird's wing, around the sun and down. And at the end we'll make a spine. So those are the start of your feathers. You can also bring it so that I've got a book under here so not to mark the bottom page. We can do our half a bird's, I'll use a red, we can do our half a bird's wing. We can do it to the right as well. So we then take our half a bird's wing, continue round like we would in stippling, but instead of going off up the top and following it, we bring it straight back to the point where we started. And on the right hand side, we come over the half the bird's wing, around that sun and back again. And then you come up the centre here and come around your half a bird's wing and round the sun again. And here half a bird's wing around the sun and down. So that is how we're doing feathers. And we do, it is the same as stippling. You're still going around, and instead of taking it off up there, we are bringing it back to where we start. So your stippling is going like that, and what we're doing is taking that motion and bringing it back to ourselves each and every time. So half a bird's wing around the sun and back. So there you see, there's no need to fear feathers, or stippling for that matter, because it's just moving, you just move it where you want it to go on your quilt. And I know a lot of you do it. So I just want you now to start and think about those two actions, one curved line and then a circly line, one curved line and a circly line, and you find that you end up with feathers. So we'll go together now and we'll look at the Juki sit down long arm or mid arm. It has an 18-inch throat space, so it's quite a big machine, and all it does is quilt. You cannot sew anything else with it, just quilting. So I hope you will have a go at this. I have set this one up for free motioning. Before we begin, we need to first bring up our threads. So I've got a nice long tail on the top here, so if I bring it in and up, you can see there I have the other one. We've got two nice long threads. So we just hold them and off we go. And when we get to the end, we want to do a couple of stitches, bring it up, get a nice long thread again, down and up, and pull your thread through, and you will notice that one side will come and one side will be static. And we just need to clip that off on the static side. The other side will just disappear back into the fabric, and we have our long ones here for burying. Now sometimes I'll just bring the thread back up again so you can see that again. Nice long thread there, so bring it through, go back into where you started. Now sometimes I don't want to bury the threads. It's not a project I'm that overcautious about. So I've got my threads up at the beginning, which I always will do, and I come to the end and I'm doing my 2 stitches. Bring it up, nice long thread, bring it up, bring my bobbin up, and I will just clip that off very close. It isn't going anywhere because I've done the 2 stitches. Burying your threads are the best method. They will give you the more professional finish. I have set this one up for free motion. Put a bright pink on this again against the black, and I have my open toe foot on. So we'll have a go and do the stipple and the feather on here till you see the difference. So we'll start off with our stipple. So then we just continue to go round as we would if we were stippling. This machine I have the speed sitting at 35 to 40 on this machine. I get a nice stitch and I am in total control of it. So as you can see, we have again our half a bird's wing up around like a feather, our half a bird's wing and around again like a feather. I'm going to set off again just as we would normally. Half a bird's wing and around like I'm going to stipple. And instead of going off and coming up this way like we would do here, I'm going to come back to that point. And I'm going to take off again, around it, around again, and back to the point. And we'll do a third one. I have to go a bit faster, it's looping. That gives me my 3 feathers. 1, 2, 3. We now take it so that we have the feathers coming left and right. So we take our bird's wing across here and around and back to where we were. Then we take off again, come round the opposite and bring us back down to here. A third time. So I'll do 2 more. So again, set off on your stipple, come round as you would, but instead of going off up round here, we're coming back in to meet the beginning of our half a bird's wing. And we'll come across here and we'll do it again. At the end we just bring it all the way back down to make our spine. And you need to go on practicing this all the time. It's not just a thing that you can get instantly. You will get good results just for trying. But if you want perfection, or there's never perfection, but if you want somewhere where you feel it's nice, then you must practice all the time, practice. But you can see between stippling here and feathers here, the movements are exactly the same.